Welcome. welcome. It's crazy. It's crazy that this is officially happened. Happened. Yep, just making sure my mic's working. It's crazy that I've actually finally done this, to be honest with you. It's been a very, very, very long road coming. And yeah, I live in a house, so you're going to be hearing a lot of that in these upcoming episodes. But yeah, I don't even know if these are going to be episodes or shorts or reels or stories or whatever it may be, anecdotes, insert here, whatever you want. But yeah, I just knew that presently, I know that I need to do this, and I know that this is going to be something that serves me in the future in some way, shape or form. It could just be therapy, could just be the start of something amazing. But I'm not new to this, introductions and all that kind of stuff, official stuff. Hi, my name is Chris J. Bernard. I am the creator and founder of Be Present, and this is called Presently.
We all want to make that gift, don't we? That gift that they remember forever. One that embodies the past and something they can bring into the future. Mummy said we can't go outside because of that bad lady Corona. If I just had the time, grown-ups would say, the time to make a card or paint an abstract picture. We aren't all blessed like Plath or Picasso. Doesn't mean we can't be sentimental though. I know all the things they like. I know all the places they've been. Now, I just need a fantastic gift, a gift that they can't wait to see. Something simple and not too much trouble. Some would say it's too good to believe.
Thank you, Be Present.
Thank you, Be Present.
Thank you, Be Present.
Oh, thanks so much, Be Present.
What is presently? Presently is basically it is what it is. Genuinely, I was literally about to put a label on it, something that us humans can't help but do with our creations. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put it in a box. I'm not going to put a label on it. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm literally going to do what I feel like I need to do in the present moment. So first and foremost, what is Be Present? If you're brand new to what Be Present is, if you're brand new to the page, because this is where, other than YouTube, this is where I'm going to be posting it on my Be Present Instagram page. So if you are new to the page, welcome. First and foremost, welcome to the family. And secondly, what is Be Present? Be Present is a media advertising company that focuses on small businesses and upcoming creatives. And when I label it creatives because you could be a singer, dancer, poet, videographer, DOP, voiceover artist. Again, insert here. I want to hear from you. I want to know your story. I want to know what you're about. I want to know what your previous projects are. I want to know what your present projects are. I want to know what your eventual future projects are. Because I feel that with this, I'm going to keep myself present. And I'm going to keep myself open as well to whatever the universe throws at me. So, yeah, I'm excited. And, yeah, this is just the beginning, guys. But, yeah, a little bit more about Be Present is, like I said, I want to connect small businesses with upcoming artists because I feel I created this business actually in COVID when everyone was in lockdown in 2020, and it started off as obviously I was a creative, I am a poet, I am an actor that is constantly struggling to not necessarily keep a roof over my head, but struggling to connect. That's going to be annoying. Um, struggling to connect, obviously, work life with the creative life, and keeping that balance, or just connecting the two completely and both of them working in harmony. Like, that would be the dream, right? So when I have my own struggles with that, obviously talking to my agent, my acting agent, about auditions, self-tapes, potential projects in the future, whatever, it always seems like I'm planning for the future. Oh, I've got this audition next week. Oh, I'm waiting to hear back from this casting director. Oh, I'm waiting. And to be honest, in 2020 and now, hasn't gone anywhere. I'm tired of waiting. I want to be present. I want to work. I want to do what I felt that I was put on this earth to do, which is to create. I feel that the universe has blessed me with quite a few different ways in order to do that. I'm very lucky in the sense that I'm able to create different types of content. And some would call it a blessing, some would call it a curse, but not having a niche, I think that's one big thing. I feel that if I was someone, I know I'm rambling, sorry. We're going to talk about ADHD and undiagnosed ADHD at some point too, but this is my ramble and this is what I got to say. But I feel that we struggle to obviously keep that balance, but also I lost my train of thought. ADHD. There you go. But yeah, in essence, just tired of waiting. Tired of waiting for that phone to ring. So I thought that, there we go, got my train of thought back. I have to do something constantly that's attached to my purpose. And like I said, I'm lucky with having quite a few niches. Some people call it a blessing, some people call it a curse, in the sense that I don't have a specific niche, and people say that if you have a niche and you learn to perfect that over 3 to 5 years or 10 years or 20 years or whatever, then you're going to be you're just keeping that consistency with that one thing will eventually be the gateway to your breakout of whatever matrix or whatever living environment that you are trying to get out of, or not even living environment, but mental environment as well, that you're trying to break out from. So yeah, man, like I said, in 2020 I got tired of waiting, and now in 2023 I've got tired of waiting, and something that I want to do with these episodes, shows, podcasts, whatever it may be, because I know you can, with YouTube, you can listen to things in the car. So I do hope that actors, creatives, different people listen to these shows in the car, because that's what I do a lot of the time. I listen to my football podcast in the car, whatever. But again, lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I really want to, or I really want this to be something that not only is a great marketing tool for my business, for Be Present, to connect people to it and get the word out about it, but also it's a great way for people that are dealing with similar situations as me, as a creative, as an actor, and to voice those opinions. So like I said, Be Present isn't just going to be this this money making business that's just focused on kind of like all the other advertising companies that I sometimes have auditions for, where it's just, we just want to see loads of different actors and we just want to see loads of different singers, and just send us your self tapes and show me your talent and perform for me, monkey, go, clap. No, I do not want that to be that. I want this to be the furthest thing from that. I want this to be a home, a community. I would have said community first, but it's just too cliche. But yeah, I want this to be a home. I want people to feel like they can just drop in, whether it's with a comment, whether it's with a Stitch video on TikTok, whether it's a reel on Instagram, whether it's, I don't know, they come on the show and we do like a Zoom type. I haven't figured out the technical sides of that stuff yet, but whether it's a Zoom kind of interview podcasting, or I might even try and set this up kind of like how I did one of my spoken word pieces, where I set myself up in the middle of London. I might do something like that with someone. I kind of want this just to be a community, but not only just for creatives, but also for small businesses, because something that I have put on my Patreon page, which is in the link below, please check that out. It's a Patreon page for Be Present, obviously. But what I have said on my Patreon page is that I feel that small businesses and creatives shared something very unique currently now, and especially in 2020 around COVID times, which was having a purpose and having a goal and having a dream, and knowing that every day you're waking up and not doing that dream, but you also have the patience and I think it's mainly patience. You have the patience to know that that's one day in the future, one day it's going to happen. And I think I speak for a lot of people where we're just tired of waiting. We're tired of waiting. And to business owners, small business owners, you may be thinking, I had the same idea as Nike for my clothing brand or for my clothing release. And I thought it was an amazing, I had it literally to the T of how Nike did it. I had that idea exactly like it. And why didn't I, because of money reasons, or because you haven't got the advertising budget as Nike can literally be like, I like that. And they could just throw 30 grand at it, 40 grand at it and make it happen. Or even more if they want it to be obviously on TV or billboards around the world and stuff. But in terms of the production of the said creative piece, they can get that done variably quickly and quite cheaply in regards to their revenue. Whereas for small businesses, it's not the same game. So we have a lot of times where, similar to actors, where we see things and we're like, why couldn't we done that? Why couldn't we done that? Why couldn't we done that? And I know for me, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of seeing commercials where I'm like, I had that audition, I could have done that, I don't know why I didn't get picked for that. Or seeing a movie and be like, I could have done that role, why didn't I get an audition for that? I could have done it obviously you always back yourself, so it's like, I could have done it in a version that you feel is better or could have come across better to the public or the audience or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, I don't know. I make that sound, you may not make that sound, I make that sound. But yeah, man, that's me really. And that's why I created this, and I think this isn't trying to take money from people's pockets. This talk isn't about selling you anything or anything like that. This is just to genuinely just to build relation, build understanding, build a bond between me and whoever is watching and whoever is viewing, and whoever's going to be connecting. That's going to get really annoying. I need to figure out how to cut that down, because I don't know. So basically, I'm getting a notification and an email has come through, and I don't know if that's just in my headphones or if you guys can hear that too on my speaker. So I'm hoping it's just in my headphones and it's not too loud and it doesn't come through on the speaker. Anyway, yeah, this is very raw. As you can tell, this is very raw. Something about these episodes is I'm going to be doing a previously, a presently, and an eventually. And I feel that's going to be not only for you guys, but for me, it's going to help me stay present in the now with everything that I'm going to be talking about. And it's going to help me manifest. And it's also going to help me reflect. Because when I go previously, it's not to dwell. When I go presently, it's not to overthink. And when I go eventually, it's not to get lost in a pie in the sky dream. It's to stay somewhat grounded, but still have the power of manifestation going along with all of that. And I feel that, who knows, that may be the therapy I need. But no, I'm still going to get therapy, guys. Definitely. If you're creative, I just want to say this on a separate one. If you're creative, you should be in therapy. 100%. 100%. Because let me tell you this. Let's do a quick previously, presently, and eventually, yeah? So let's say previously, you're not a big creative. You're not massive in your creative field yet. So that means you're broke. Yeah. It means you're broke. So that means that you're constantly dealing with financial struggles, which is going to have an effect on your mental health. So you need a therapist, because even though your friends love you, even though your family loves you, it's not their job. It's not their job, it's your job. As an adult, it's your job. It's your responsibility to take care of. Just like if you were to break your leg, I'm not saying it's your job to get yourself to the hospital, but your rehab is down to you. If you don't take yourself to rehab, you're not going to get better. The movement in your leg is not going to get better. ACL injuries, whatever it may be, you're not going to get better unless you go rehab, and you need to take yourself to rehab. No one can do rehab for you. And it's the same thing with mental health. No one can do the work for you, so you need to do it yourself. Presently, say if you have just broken into your creative field, you've got one, not necessarily your dream job yet, but you're in a very, very good place, and your dream job is in your grasp. Like, you can actually see a actual possibility and way of getting to your dream job. That can be nerve-wracking. That can be, I was there when we did Trust, and I remember speaking to Kush, the director, and I was literally like, bro, like, we were voice noting on the phone and stuff. I'm like, bro, like, what we've created, or what mainly he had created, but obviously we were talking about the episode that I was involved in the scene. We were talking specifically at that point in the conversation, we were talking about one of my scenes, and I was just saying, like, bro, what we've created is ridiculous. It's like, regarding what he done regarding post-production, and the people that he was working with in post-production, what they've done, what the actors and all the artists have done. It's crazy. And it's got released on the Amazon Prime now, so you can go watch it. You can watch the first episode and second episode on Amazon Prime now. Third episode is going to be released, and then there's a feature that is going to be coming out hopefully soon. When we got the news that it was going to be on Amazon Prime, we were going to do a premiere, all this kind of stuff, all around COVID times, by the way. This is all around COVID times, which is obviously if you're in the industry, you already know what it was like around COVID times. There was nothing going on. There was no work whatsoever. So to do all of that around COVID times and being COVID compliant as well, I just want to get that in there, because Kush was very COVID compliant before anyone wanted to try and come for Kush. Like, no one's going to come for Kush, guys. No one's going to come for Kush, guys. Because Kush had masks, everything, hand sanitizer, everything. He had everything. So, but yeah. Fam, I don't know what happened. Yo, I was loud. I don't know what happened there, boy. Thing said overload. This is a new mic, you know. Shout out to Toner. Where's the logo? There it is. Shout out Toner. Yeah, I was gonna give a good review, because this is 10 times better than my other mic. and I think it was like 3/4 of the price as well. So shout out Toner. But system overload and that. So anyway, as I was saying, Kush was very COVID compliant. Very COVID compliant. But yeah, in that time, I remember feeling so much anxiety. Like I remember when I was at work, I had to get a 9 to 5 just when we reopened from lockdown. I became a duty manager and assistant general manager of a go-karting track in North and West London. Not at the same time, obviously. But I remember being in the office and I was working the day it was going to get released. Episode 2 was going to get released on Amazon Prime. And I just felt so nervous and like so much anxiety. And then once it was out, I felt almost like a bit of underwhelmed. Yeah, underwhelmed. Yeah, underwhelmed. I felt a little bit not underwhelmed, bruv. I felt underwhelmed because it was almost like you put it on such a pedestal. You do so many shoots, night shoots, different shoots that you've gone towards it, table reads, rehearsals, all these kind of things that you've done, and now it's just out, and it's just like, what do you do with yourself now? So you need therapy for that too, to deal with those thoughts, to keep you going, to keep you busy, to keep you when people have massive. And this was like, it was big, but it's not like House of Dragons or Game of Thrones. So to the actors and the creatives that are connected to those kind of pieces, I can imagine like you feel like somewhat, how can it get better than this, or where do I go from here, or just feeling underwhelmed with your everyday because you've gone from doing these shoots constantly to nothing. So you need therapy for that. And eventually, when you think you've hit your dream job and you've got your dream role, then you'll realize that again there may be an element of being underwhelmed or unfulfilled, and that's where you may need your therapist the most, because you may feel that there's nothing else for you to do and you feel like you fulfilled your purpose, and where do you go now type thing. And I think this is why therapy is so important. Like I journal, so I've struggled with therapy. I've struggled with the premise of therapy for years. So I've always kind of gone to my family or my friends for that kind of conversation, if that makes sense. And I journal a lot. I spend a lot of time in my head, too much. So I journal, and I feel that is a good way, but talking to someone and getting a outsider's perspective, someone that's not in the industry, or you may try and find someone that does know about the industry, whatever you want to do, having an outsider's perspective of you, because you feel like you know yourself the best, but getting an outsider's perspective can be ridiculously key. And also a non-biased one, me meaning not your friend or family or someone that has some sort of emotional tie to you. But man. But yeah, that's kind of, I don't know why I started talking about that again. We're going to be talking about, let me close it because this is quite long now. Let me close it with the different things I'm going to be talking about on here, other than obviously be present and trying to connect businesses and upcoming creatives. But I'm going to talk about everything that I like on here as well. So this is going to be, what's presently happening in football, because I love football, play it all the time, watch it all the time, watch it way more than I should. Not way more than I should, that's bad. I think there's other things that I could be doing than watching football podcasts that are more aligned to, for example, becoming an actor. So yeah, it's a balance, and I'm trying to find that balance. So yeah, talking about obviously the industry, acting industry, just the creative industry in general, talking to friends, getting friends on a phone call, and kind of put the phone to the mic and doing like an interview that way. But yeah, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be talking about life. It's gonna be talking about things like therapy, talking about mental illness. I'm gonna be biased because the men are 4 times more likely to die of suicide or die from suicide. So I am going to be a little bit more biased on the male perspective of that stuff, but I am very open to the female perspective as well. Relationships as well, that's what I'm going to talk about regarding life presently, regarding relationships and just personal human interactions. And I'm going to be talking about things that aren't spoken about enough, and I feel that especially in the creative industry there are so many people that are undiagnosed with ADHD and autism. So many people. I don't know if I'm one yet, but I'm almost pretty certain that I am one. You're going to be on the journey with me, but there are so many people that don't understand themselves because they don't understand or they don't know that they were either misdiagnosed or undiagnosed as a child with ADHD or autism, and that's affected them in every aspect of their life till now. Like for me, where I feel that it may have, because again, undiagnosed, so could come back that I'm just a nutcase, or I'm just a dick. Really, it could come back as that, but I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. Oh, bro. Honestly, I don't think so. But yeah, with me, where it may have affected me a lot is with my relationships, friendships, and relationships. I feel that as a child, I was obviously played football all the time, was a very active child. So it's something that can go under the radar because you're just a hyperactive child. And if you play sports, you tire yourself out, you go to sleep. But when you become an adult and you don't have that stimulation, or you don't have that that athletic routine anymore, you still have this energy within you that is waiting to be burned, and you just don't know what to do with it. So yeah, as an adult, it does get very different and very challenging, and it can get to a point where it's very overwhelming, and you get to a point where everything is very erratic and you don't have patience for things very quickly. You go from having a lot of patience to suddenly having no patience, and it can come out in very passionate and impulsive ways that to someone that doesn't understand where it's coming from can be seen as very aggressive and just not nice to be around. So yeah, but yeah, in a nutshell, that Wagwan, yo, can you believe that this thing actually cut out? I was there talking and it wasn't recording, so I was just there fuming. But yeah, I'm gonna close this because not the mic. I think it's the mic connection. But yeah, I wanted to close it here just because, like I said, I'm thinking about the mic cutting out. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be talking about most of the time. Just life, football, relationships, all that kind of stuff. So tough. So stay tuned and yeah, enjoy the journey, man. Please like, please subscribe, and yeah, see you in a bit.